Well, I know what you guys are probably thinking. What the hell is going on here? Is this actually some shoulder press that I'm about to embark on? It is. It fucking is, man. But there's a couple reasons why I'm doing this today. One, I've said this numerous times, but I'll say it again. I don't do any kind of shoulder press, military press, but occasionally I will throw it in like once every month and a half, 2 months, just to keep it in there. You know what I mean? Just keep it incorporated. But for me, it's not necessary. Like if I didn't want to do it, I wouldn't have to. My front delts are good. But and two also, I just hit shoulders 2 days ago. I only did 6 sets, granted, but it was a lot of side delt work. So I figured today, this is my side delts. I mean, they feel okay, but just so I don't overdo it. Again, I just hit that 2 days ago. I'll throw in some front delt work. I'll do some side delts after this, and then I'll probably finish with rear delts. So that's mainly the two reasons. But um, yeah, it's just a shoulder day. Again, I'm alternating every other Sunday. One Sunday, like today, the week that I don't hit shoulders on Friday because I take an extra rest day, I'll hit shoulders today. Then next Sunday, since I'll be coming in that Friday to hit shoulders, I'll hit back to get an extra back day. So I'm just alternating that. It gives me, you know, again, it's weird, it's kind of complicated, but it gives me 2 extra back days a month, and then it ensures that I hit shoulders at least once every week. So I'm not missing that either. So, and then, when I was hitting back every Sunday for those 3 or 4 weeks straight, including, and then also including back again on Tuesday, it was starting to inflame that biceps tendonitis. So even though I'm getting 2 extra back days every month, I'm also not overdoing it. I don't think. I'm getting an extra Sunday every other Sunday of rest from back. So it's complicated. It's fucking weird. I know, but I think it's what's gonna work for me, and not overdoing it, but also getting a little extra work in the areas I think I need. So again, it's fucking weird. I know, but it's just what works for me, and that's what you got to figure out, man. You got to figure out what works for you. Don't fucking carbon copy, a certain bodybuilder or influencer's workout routine just because you like them. It might not work for you. You could try it, you know, try it, but usually there's a best routine for everybody. Whatever attacks your weaknesses, whatever gives you the most optimal recovery, because everyone's different, man. So yeah, but I got two. What is this? Two crap, man. With this bar being only 15 pounds, it would be 275 if it was a normal 45, but it's not. 30 pounds left, so I just need to take 30 pounds off 275, right? It's 240. Or hang on, 245. Yeah, 245 is what this is. So I haven't done a shoulder press in a while. I did one rep with this, and it felt like I could do. I mean, I want to go. Let me say it like this: I could control it pretty easily, but I want to go slightly heavy with control. So I think I can get at least 8 reps. I think I could be dead fucking wrong. I could get more. Again, I haven't done this in a while, so I'm really just kind of taking a leap of faith here. I don't know if that's the right way to say it. I did do one rep with this, and I'm making a calculated guess. So I think I'm ready. Let's do this set and kind of see. Well, I was pretty much right on the money there. Whew. Now, how am I going to get that back up? Well, I'll figure that out here in a second. That was pretty much right on the money. You know, not to pat myself on the back or anything, but you get pretty good at this stuff whenever you've been doing it for a certain amount of time. You get pretty good at judging. You know, you do one rep with a certain weight close to what you think you might work with, or it might end up being what you're going to work with. And you get pretty good at guessing how it's going to go. So if I can do it two more times, the third set, I might only get 7 or something, but that's okay. I think I can do at least one more for 8, and then I'll go from there. Do the third one. Maybe throw in a drop set. Feels good though. I'm already the bar's closer than I thought. I'm already feeling it already. So let's do it again, and we'll see how it goes, and I'll go from there like always. I want to say real quick, and maybe I'll dive more into detail right before I start posing and I get done with this. But I don't think it's necessary to do any kind of shoulder press like this if for bodybuilding purposes. Um, but I will say, when you're a newbie, or even say you've been training only for a year or two, I think shoulder press is a good idea for you to do. The reason I don't do it is because I've been training so long. My front delts are, I won't say overdeveloped, but I mean you can make a case that they are, and it's from all the years of bench pressing, incline pressing, and shoulder pressing. Because I shoulder press for probably the first 8-9 years of my training. Too long, really, but um, and yes, bench press, incline press mainly hits chest, but it's kind of like doing a pull down on a row. It's mainly for the purpose of hitting back, but there's going to be some bicep in there. Same thing with bench press, especially incline. Um, and the more you do it, the more your shoulders. Let me be specific. The more your front delts are gonna just really start to grow. And especially if you're like me, I was hitting chest twice a week plus shoulders, so my front delts are getting some work 3 times a week. And at a certain point, it's just you don't need it. So yeah, I don't want to keep going too much. Maybe I'll go a little more into detail, like I said before I start posing. But yeah, I mean, again, I just do this now just to keep it in there, but it's not a regular part of my routine at all. Most of you know that. Oh, good shit. I do think I'll do one more to drop set. Whew. It's crazy when you don't do something regularly, how it can really start to. It just feels already super pumped up. One more drop set. Do I want to do a drop set with 2 or 1 plate? Yeah, fuck it. I'll do 2. It's probably going to be on the little on the heavy side, but that's okay. We're here to train hard, right? Let's do 2 plates. What do you think? Was that pretty good? I think it was. For not doing, it's probably been about almost 2 months, if not 2 months, since I've done shoulder press. I'll take it. I'll take it. It's hard not to make it about the weight and the number of reps. It really is. I know I've gotten better. It's just about going as heavy as you need to challenge yourself. Like, control the weight and get the number of reps you're trying to get within reason, within, pretty good form. You know, maybe including a couple cheat reps, whatever. But I still find myself, you know, counting the weight and counting the reps and maybe getting a little too far into that. But at any rate, let's do some shoulder flies. Hit the side delts a little bit. All right, now that I've kind of got the quote unquote heavy stuff out of the way, this is pretty simple. Just gonna do some cable side lateral raises, and I can't make up my mind because normally I will do it on 2.5, so I'll have one less. But it's been feeling pretty easy, so I think I'm gonna try it today to just add one of these. Now, on a shoulder fly, adding one of these little plates right here is like adding 2 tens on a bench press. It's like adding 20 pounds on bench. It's gonna make a difference. So I'll try it. If I can get at least, fuck, I don't know. If I can get at least 12 to 15, somewhere in there, I'll stick with it. But if I get 12 and it's like really tough, I don't know. There's a chance I'll probably take it off. But fuck, the only way to know that is to fucking do it. So why don't I just shut up and do just that? All right, that was actually, what do you know? That was actually lighter than I thought it was going to be. But I think I'm going to stick with it. I'm not going to go any heavier. If I took that little pause at the top out of each rep, I could definitely go heavier. Um, I don't know, but I like throwing that in because shoulders is so easy to start swinging that shit up, and it's just not as effective. You know what I mean? So for me, I find whenever I add that little pause, it keeps me really strict, and it ensures that my shoulders are doing what they're supposed to do, which is most of the fucking work here. So it's something you don't have to do, but I would recommend at least trying it. You know what I mean? Because like I said, shoulders, it's so easy to cheat, and that's kind of it's like the natural inclination to do. It's a natural thing to want to do is to just start, so you can go heavier. Start swinging that shit, which I'm okay with. You guys know I'm okay with doing that as long as it's the final 5-10% of the set, the final 2-3 reps. But yeah, let's just stay here. I'll do two more with a drop set, and then hit some rear delts. It's not gonna be a lot of shit today, not a lot at all. But again, I just hit shoulders 2 days ago, so I'm not gonna overdo it for sure. Fuck. Oh, that's good shit. Let's do it one more time with the drop set, of course. Oh fuck! It doesn't get much better than that. I don't even want to lift my arms at all after that. And that's when you know you've done something good for shoulders. Holy shit. All right, man. Let's go do some fucking rear delts. What do you say? All right. I was gonna try, or at least I was considering trying kind of that leaning or bent over rear delt exercise that Chris Bumstead did on the cables. I'm sure a lot of you know exactly what I'm talking about. I really don't want to go too far into detail without actually showing if you don't know what I'm talking about. But basically just lean over, grab the cable, and you pull it back like that to hit the rear delts. I was gonna do that, but I think I might wait a month or so um, before I throw in an exercise like that I've never really done. I mean, it's basically the same thing, but still, um, until I get used to this routine, I just don't want to do that. So, because my shoulders are already, you know, again, I haven't done shoulder press in so long, and then those, uh, fuck, I got tongue tied. Those cable side lateral raises always tear up my side delts. So, my shoulders are pretty much already almost done. So, whatever I do here is just icing on the cake. Um, but I feel like this is why a lot of times a lot of guys lack on the rear delts. I mean, one, they don't train them at all or near enough like they should. But two, and here I am being guilty of this, they always wait to the very end to do the rear delt work. And by then you're already so fatigued, you're not gonna lift what you can for, X amount of reps. You're just not. You're gonna be too burnt out already. So, I might consider actually starting with rear delts every now and then, just for the reason I just kind of laid out. But yeah, I got it on 190. It might be too much for how I feel right now, but I'm gonna try it. Normally I would do 200, 210 even. So, if this is too light, I'll go up. But I want to start with 190 and just kind of see. Because, like I said, my shoulder's already fucked. All right, it was good, but I think I was close to 20 reps. So let's do exactly what I said I normally do, which is 200. Let's try that. We'll try 200 pounds. I'll do it a couple more times with a drop set. You already know. Um, yeah, see how it goes. I just couldn't help myself. I had to go up to 205 on this third set. Add that final 5 pounds. And it was definitely heavier, but it felt good. I do like 8 or 9 clean reps with 2 or 3 cheats. I mean, that's perfect for me. All right, man. Give me a good solid 3 to 5 minutes, and we'll check out the shoulder pump. All right, go ahead and take a wild fucking guess of what I did right before I pose, or right before I'm about to pose. I did a little bit of chest. I just can't help myself, man. And I think it's working. I've noticed some noticeable increase in my size of my chest, but it's getting to the point where like this is something you can't sustain. You know, I have 2 just completely dedicated chest days, and then I throw in 2 more days like today at the end of my shoulder routine where I do some chest, and then maybe I'll do it on, I don't know, Tuesday or Friday, whatever it might be. I'll throw in another 3 or 4 sets. So those 2 days, like today, I don't do a lot. I just did 3 sets of pec deck with a drop set, and it feels awesome. I got a great chest pump. But why I said you really can't sustain this, I've been doing this for how long now? 2 or 3 months. Um, it just gets to the point where my chest is always fucking sore. So like, I'm gonna come in here tomorrow. I'm gonna do some flat bench, etc. Whatever. My chest is gonna be really fucking sore still, probably actually more than it was today. So I think I'm reaching that boiling point. I'm kind of hitting that threshold of, I think it's time for me to stop hitting chest so much. Just do the 2 dedicated chest days a week, and leave it at that, at least for a little bit, and then maybe I'll throw it back in. I don't know, but you guys can tell me. I think I made some really good chest gains. Now I'm hoping with another 6, 7, 8 weeks, maybe even of cutting, it'll really start to pop even more. My waist will shrink up and tighten up because that's all I got left, man, is right here. Um, but yeah, time will tell. So let's check it out. All right, I don't know how it translated on camera, but this is the best I felt about my physique. Let me grab this hair before it goes in my eye. But yeah, this is the best I've felt about my physique in a while. I'm definitely like by no means even close to where I want to be. Um, but I made improvement, so that's always a fucking plus. So yeah, and again, this dedicated shoulder day felt good, man. Now I don't know how long this is gonna last. You know, we'll see. It might only be a couple months. It might be 6 months. I don't know, but felt good. Felt really fucking good. So let's wrap this up with some freaking cardio. I man, I'm to that point where I need to up the amount of cardio I'm doing. Most people, I mean, if you're like me, most people don't want to fucking do it unless you just enjoy the cardiovascular portion of training, which I don't. I'll be straight up honest, I don't. It's just not as fun to me, man. Lifting heavy ass weight is way fucking more fun. But if you want the physique, or if you, let me say it like this, I'm sure a lot of you heard this. If you want something that most people don't have, or maybe nobody has, you have to be willing to do the things that most people, or all people, aren't willing to do. And I'm to that point. So I'm gonna go over there, probably do 30 plus minutes on the bike, and then I'm out of here. Tomorrow will be some chest. Hopefully it's not too fucking sore. Like I said, today might be this might be the last week that I do chest 4 times in a week. So till then, I'll see you guys tomorrow.